Welcome back to Off Toke Outdoors. I'm Ted, your host, and this morning I am getting my stuff ready. I'm packing up all my gear. We are making a rocket run, so I'm getting my gear here ready. We're gonna head down to Ohio. I'm getting my clothes ready, putting them in my scent lock bag, actually, or my scent free bag. We're heading to Ohio to go down and check our trail cameras. We are going to dump some minerals out, and we're gonna freshen up our scrape. So this isn't gonna be a very long video, but I just wanted to bring this to you, show you what we do here. So stay with us, and I hope you enjoy the video. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. And if you are subscribed to the channel, we appreciate you watching, and we appreciate all your support. So please make a comment, and I hope you enjoy the video. This video is sponsored by JJ Drones, the droning veteran, and Chillin' in Indiana Carl. Did you sink it? Oh, yeah. Did you sink it? Alright guys, so we're here in Ohio. Bob's getting a side-by-side ready to roll. We got the corn, and they didn't have Lucky Buck today. So I got the Antler King mineral to dump out because I want to get something out there. So we're going to go pull our cameras, we're going to freshen our scrapes, and then we're going to see what's on the camera. So if we get anything good on the camera, which I think we should, then I will put it on this video here at some point. So stay with us. There's Bob's thing right there. And we got a nice thick area here, so it's really cool. I'm gonna help him do this. Alright guys, so I'm up in the tree stand, one of them. And I'm gonna show you the layout of this. This is on the ridge. There's like going out to my left, there's like a point, and there's acorns all through here. And it comes down and it goes to my right, and it's like a bowl. It bends around, and those deer like to travel this flat area. And it's really thick behind me, if you can see behind over here. The wind is predominantly from my left to my right here. It's a west wind, and that's what I would hunt this stand in. So Bob's down there changing the cord out right now, so we'll be right back. There's Bob, and then that's the point where he's at. Directly out that way is all the acorn flat that comes into this, and then you can see how thick it is over in here. So we'll probably be in this stand at some point during my rutcation here. So this is in front of the stand. There's some good shots right here where they travel, and out over here where this point is the way I walk in, but then deer will come that way. And then to my right over here, you can see it's super thick back here, and that's where a lot of the deer go into from my left to right. So we'll be right back. Alright guys, so this is our other stand right here. You can see it. I don't know if that sun's gonna be in the way, but it's right there. It's the high one. Bob is going over there to check our camera, and I'm gonna jump up in the tree and just I like to look and see if anything, grew in, but I doubt it. But sometimes the trees will break or fall in your shooting lanes. So that's just another tip. You want to be as familiar as you can with your hunting area and your shooting direction. So I'm going to jump up in a tree and I'll show you in a second here. All right, so I'm up in a tree. Bob's over here about 40 yards. Well, this is the end of that funnel that I'm talking to you about, the flat, the oaks, and the deer seem to be coming from my right, and the wind is coming from my right, so it's blowing across my face here and to my left down this flat. So it isn't optimal that a deer coming from the flat to me. I want these deer to come from this field out here to my right about 400 or 500 yards to work their way up this draw onto this flat and then into here. So if they do that, everything will work out perfect. So let me show you the setup here real quick. All right, guys, so this is the direction to my right here that the deer are gonna come up. Now this, right on the other side of this tree here, you can see out here, this line, that's where it starts going over the hill. So this is like a point, and those deer come up from this area, this way, to me, and they walk down this flat. So I'm catching them before that. Now the only way I won't hunt this spot if Bob's hunting that spot that I was just in, because it's a wind thing and I don't want my wind blowing down towards Bob. So if he's in his bottom stand on this bottom end of this, I can hunt this stand. So that's what we're gonna come up with a strategy if we're gonna hunt this area. If somebody's gonna hunt one of those stands that are to the left of this stand, we're not gonna hunt this stand. So that's just to keep in mind, you know, with the wind's gonna be blowing down along this flat, so we don't want to be out on this point and our wind be blown from this way, from right to left, coming through here and sort of screwing up whoever's in the stand to the left of this one. So even though we take all the necessary steps for scent control and everything, you know, we have ozonics and I use the Elima Shield, so that's our game plan. So we'll be right back. All right, guys, so that was the game plan for us for today for this area. We got our cameras checked. Now the last camera that we checked, that Bob just checked on that middle stand here, there was a bunch of bucks on there, but there was no shooters. I did end up seeing a buck down over the hill. He looked pretty decent, but he was watching us and he just walked over the hill real slow. He didn't spook or nothing, but that was a good sign. But this area now is starting to become like less and less. There's not as many acorns here now. So this now becomes more of a rut area, a travel route for them deer. On the private land, we have our bait piles, which will bring in the doe, and then those bucks will come this way from those bait piles that we have way back in our corner down there. So that's how we're gonna hunt it this year. And now we're gonna go over to, I'm gonna drop Bob off at the lease in the one section, and I'm gonna go over to my section and I'm gonna dump my minerals. I'm gonna check my camera, and then I'm gonna freshen up my scrape. So we'll see you when we get over there, guys. All right, everybody, so I got my minerals dumped out and I changed the card in my camera, and I put my rubber gloves on, and I'm gonna go do the scrape. The scrape isn't opened out. The leaves are covered over it, which is normal for this time of year, so I'm not worried about that. But my minerals, there was leaves over it, like it wasn't active. So we're gonna see on the camera what happened, but there's a bunch of trails in here, so I know the deer are in here, so we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna go take care of my scrape, and then we're gonna get out of here and head back to Pittsburgh, so stay with me. All right, guys, well, I didn't really film me doing my scrape because I wanted to get in and get out of there, because it is getting late in the evening and I don't want to bump any deer out of my spot. So I just hurried out by refreshing my scrape up. It wasn't hit, so but I'm not worried about it, because like now in Halloween week will be the start of, you know, they're starting to rub now. I can see some rubs in the area, and I see a lot of fresh deer sign in the trails, especially the trail that I cut to get to my stand. There's a bunch of trails and a lot of activity in there, but there's just no sign, and there's never really buck rubs and sign around my area, but they do travel through there. So what I did though is I put up 2 more cameras. I put up another camera on my scrape, and then I put another camera down on the lower path that I go in on so I don't miss anything in there. So the next time I come out, I'll check those cameras. And I do have my camera ship here. I'm gonna have Bob take a look at it. He has a camera card reader. I don't. I usually wait till I get home to look at them, but I'm gonna have him look at them and see what's on there. So, but I just wanted to say thank you for joining me today. It was just a short video of this rocket run in Ohio. I really appreciate all my followers and all the comments that you guys give me. I try to answer them in a decent time, and I really do appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. We do a little bit of everything here on Off the Hook Outdoors, but this is my favorite time of the year, guys, the hunting season. So stay tuned for more of the 2023 Ohio Deer Trail. My rutcation will be coming up here next week, so I'm really excited for that. And like I always say, take a kid fishing or hunting. We want to preserve that sport and pass it on to future generations, and we will see ya.